good.
I'm back with Clay Aiken. You know, let me just go back to what we're talking about, the use of the word gay again, okay? Vince Vaughn used it in the trailer, and now GLAAD is saying that they should pull the word from the movie itself. So what do you think about that, toying with the script of the movie?
You know, I think that there's an argument to be made for the fact that something is used in an artistic way. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what the character is, and if the character is if the character's supposed to have some form of homophobia, maybe it works.
That's right.
We obviously don't take out other negative terms when it works for the character. If it's just used benignly to signify something being lame, it may not be the best choice, but you know, we obviously have to allow other people to do this, to speak freely, so that we can do it. You know, you have to, if you want rights for yourself, you got to give other people rights for themselves too.
That's true.
So,
I mean, you know, like on Mad Men, people object to their smoking. Well, in the 60s, everyone smoked. So you can't, you know, say, well, they can't smoke. So if the character's a jerk and uses a gay in a pejorative way, well, then he's a jerk, and that's the character. I agree with that. I think you're right. Okay, one more thing. Just this week, a Texas dad was told he could no longer serve as a leader in his son's Cub Scout pack because he's gay. Is it any wonder that gay bullying is such an issue at schools when the Boy Scouts is pulling a gay father who's donating his time? Were you...
you know, I was not a Boy Scout at all, but you know, it's amazing that there are still isolated incidents. I mean, New York City just saw a horrific attack against some young men who were gay and were beaten and sodomized. You know, there are places all over the country that need to focus on that have their own problems. And I think that sometimes places like Texas and North Carolina and South Carolina get singled out because they are more traditionally conservative, but places all over the country do need to focus on it. 9 out of 10 kids in school, 9 out of 10 gay, lesbian, transgender children in school report being bullied every year. So, and half of those, it's a physical, report being physically harassed. So it's an epidemic. It's an issue all around the country, and people need to make sure that we're paying attention to focusing on it at a young age and making sure that kids in schools, high schools, middle schools, are in a safe environment, and make sure that kids in high schools and middle schools understand to accept their peers. And I think that will trickle up, if you will, as these children grow older, they'll be more accepting.
Well, my God, in New York City, just this past week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, was another incident, besides the one in the Bronx where you're talking about the sodomizing. I mean, these kids came into a gay bar down in the Village, in Greenwich Village, Julius, which has been there for so many years, and the Stonewall Bar. My God, those are safe havens for gay people, and they were beaten up and harassed there. So, I mean, it's not even safe in your own neighborhood in Greenwich Village. My God, what is this world coming to?
There's definitely an air of ignorance, and I think probably fear that comes with that from people. And as these things get into the news more often, as we unfortunately talk about these teens committing suicide, or we talk about gay rights becoming more common in the public arena, I think it probably scares people who are ignorant and are not aware of homosexuality and the fact that we all are equal folks and deserve the same rights as each other.
It's always lovely to see you, Clay.
You too.
Tried and True Tour. His Tried and True Tour kicks off in February. Go to clayaiken.com for tickets and tour dates. We'll be back in a minute.